I'm a dancer. However, you look at me, I look pretty normal, right? Yeah. Except I'm deaf. I have been since I was 18 months old. At 18 months old, I got really sick, super sick, like really bad fever. Really bad fever to the point I almost had to go to the hospital. And then next thing I knew, all of my sound gone. Couldn't hear anything. My mom, my parents, didn't find out I was deaf until I was 4 years old. Through those 2 years without knowing that I was deaf, I learned how to read lips. You look at lips and you think, okay, that's probably easy, except you try to read lips and you realize, wait, that's pretty hard. So when I was little, 18 months old, freshly deaf, I learned and I taught myself how to read lips. Age 4, I have a little brother. At age 4, his speech had gotten way better than mine, and that's when my mom and my dad were like, wait a second, this can't be right. So we went to the hospital to get me tested for my hearing, and I passed 100%. Weird, right? So here's how it happened. When I went to the hospital to get tested, there would be a nurse right here, and there was me. And the nurse would tell me, okay, now put a block in the bucket every time you hear a sound. And pretty simple. So I was like, okay. And every time she played something, I couldn't hear it at all. But every time I missed, she had this face where she'd go. So I was like, put the block in the bucket anyways. Do you want me to pass or not? Okay, all right. So yeah, I passed 100%. A few months later, my mom took me to a hearing doctor called an audiologist, and it was down in Camarillo. You guys probably know where that is. And I got tested again. This time, I was put in a soundproof booth, and I couldn't see the person testing me. And every time they played a sound, couldn't hear it again. And yeah, my mom told me she was outside the booth, and she could hear every single one of those sounds playing outside of the soundproof booth, but I wasn't responding. That's when she found out, and that's when I found out that I was 80% deaf in both ears. 1 year later, I got my first pair of hearing aids. They were purple, beautiful. Could hear? No. Hearing aids, what they do is they amplify the sounds that I can hear, so I still only hear barely little. Now let's backtrack. I said I was a dancer, and yeah, I'm a dancer. I started dance when I was 3 years old. As a little child, freshly deaf, my parents didn't know I was deaf, so I had my first ballet class, walked in, they had these giant mirrors all over the place, and here's what I did the entire class. Stood in front of the mirror, and looked at myself the entire time. I ignored the teacher, and my teacher was like, Lark doesn't focus. And my mom was like, wait, no, she focuses. And nah, I wasn't paying attention at all. My first official ballet class, I would say, was when I was age 9. That was when I first realized that I truly loved dance. After, 6 years of dance, just kind of doing it because my mom made me, she put me in there and was like, go dance. at age 9, I was suddenly struck with this realization that I actually liked it. That class, I had my first class at this special place called Cuisinne Ballet. And I was standing at the bar doing pliés, and my teacher, she had said something to me that I missed, and she knew I missed it, so she came up to me, stood right in front of me, and told me this, and I would never forget what she said. She said, "Look, I know you're deaf, but I don't care that you're deaf. Dance doesn't mean you need to hear." And yeah, that's true. And that's when I realized that I truly love dance. I've been dancing ever since, and now I'm on my 4th year on Newbury Park dance team. I'm a senior. Wow, it's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my 4th year on dance team, and I'm still dancing. It's my favorite thing to do. But I still have people coming up to me saying, "Wait, you're deaf. How do you dance?" That's the thing. I can't hear the music, but I can. See, the way I hear the music is I feel it. I feel it in my heart, and I feel it all over my body. There's a way that music works. Scientifically, music is all a bunch of sound waves. So depending on how loud or how high the note is or how low, they have waves that are like this and waves that are super quick. And that's reflected itself onto me through vibrations, and I feel the beat and I feel the movement. When I dance, I don't rely on hearing at all. These hearing aids are useless. Don't get me wrong, they're fine, $6,000. But I don't use them to dance. I don't use them to hear the music because that's not how it works for me. When I dance, I'm on a stage like now, I feel the music. You guys can hear it, and it's pretty loud, but on the stage, it's these vibrations. You can feel it through your feet, and I just feel it all over my body, and I just let my love for dance take over, and that's how it is. I'm almost 18, and I'm still dancing. I will always dance because it's who I was supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a dancer, not because I have a disability and that, oh, it's super magical that you're deaf and you can dance. That's not the point for me. The point for me is I use dance to express myself in ways I cannot. I can't express myself very well by speaking, even though I'm standing in front of you speaking today. I express myself more through the emotions and movement. And I will be dancing for you today. Thank you.